audience might be like, who in the hell is Kris DeVold of Sex Drugs Kris DeVold? All of those who've made the journey over from Il Facebookaroni know exactly what's going on. Hey, look, it's a little impromptu. I know it's been about 2 weeks since my last episode of Sex Drugs Kris DeVold, which solely aired live on Facebook. And I promised you guys new content to the YouTube page. I promised you. First off, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube page if you haven't already. Christopher DeVold, Kristopher. Why? Because I like you. And then don't forget, you subscribe, ring my bell. So every time I go live or post anything new, you get, notified of new content at all times. A new episode of Sex Drugs Kris DeVold is on the horizon. I don't want to lead you guys on. What? Got my Planet Vegan hat on. If you know anything about Fresburg, you need to go to Planet. You could take a person who's not a vegan there and feed them. They wouldn't even know what's good. They're just like, this is a damn good burger. Fuck yeah, it is. And no, I'm not being sponsored by Aetna. It's just an old shirt that I like to wear around when I'm slumming. So anyways, new episodes of Sex Drugs Kris DeVold are coming specifically to YouTube. YouTubizzle? Screw it. New episodes are going to be coming to YouTube. I think we're going to start maybe this Friday. I think this Friday. What is this? Oh, God. There's Pebbles. They don't need the tail flutter right now, you sweet thing. Look at this sweet little beef. Anyways, all right. What is today? Today is... I don't know what today is. Oh, my God. It's June 9th. Oh, my God. Time's ticking away. All right. How about this? What is that? Wednesday is the 12th, and then how about we go the 13th? Is that the 14th? Okay, we can do that. How about we reconvene here? I don't know if I'm going to go an hour. We'll see. How about we reconvene here, and we will meet June 14th. Time to be determined. Maybe we'll go 8 p.m. What do you think, Pebbles? Or you can just kind of keep chewing on your... All right. Or we'll just kind of go live at one point. So that'll be Friday, June 14th. How come that date is so hard to fucking remember? I'll go ahead and post this on Facebook so everybody on Facebook's informed. But yeah, new episodes of Sex Drugs Kris DeVold airing solely right here on YouTube. And you know what? I'm not doing it for the views. I'm kind of just doing it for me and the baby beef here. The fam bam. So hopefully you've had a good week. Hopefully you've had some successes. Hopefully the failures you had are just failures you're calling failures, but really aren't failures. And if they are, hey, we got a whole nother week to fucking make it right. How about that, guys? We'll get back together here. And like I said, if you haven't already subscribed to the YouTube page, get on that shit. How would you be seeing this otherwise if you haven't been subscribed to it? So, Sex Drugs Kris DeVold specifically posting new content. She just doesn't care. She just doesn't care. Hey, shout out. What up down there? I see the hello. I see a couple people out there. Okay, let's try to say it right. Ritoski? Ollie Ritoski. I like that. Rintoski. Wait, no, I'm saying it wrong. Ringtoski. We'll spend the rest of the time doing this, trying to pronounce your name. Look, my name's Kris DeVold. I've had a show on Facebook for about the past 10 years called Sex Drugs Kris DeVold. I've had some C and D level celebrities on it. I promoted local music up and down the state on this little show out of Fresno, and I've always had a YouTube page. My highest hey, gotta give the shout out, Rintok. I'm DeVold, so you can only imagine how mine gets fucking butchered all day. Anyways, for the past 10 years, I've had a show on Facebook. It's been solely lewd and crude humor. It's been live music from up and down the state, all convening in this little fucking studio in a part of the town, an artist district called the Tower District here in Fresno. And I've always, shout out, what up? I'll give a shout out to I don't want to say wrong. Is it Carriad? It looked like an L from here. Shout out to Carriad. Shout out to Modern Handling Kid. Oh, that's a good point. You know what? Why am I shouting? If you haven't ever watched the YouTube show, you might be wondering why I talk like this, my little nasties. It's kind of a thing. But eventually, by the second segment of the show, I eventually stopped shouting. So, anyways, like I said, I've had a show the past 10 years on Facebook. bringing it over to YouTube. I realized after taking about a year or two off from Facebook, when I went back, hey, shout out to you, Demercan. Con! Well, you see, whether I'm shouting or not, you can't understand what I'm saying. Let's try that again. So whether I'm shouting or not, you can't understand what I'm saying? Sorry, not trying to. So the show Sex, Drugs, Kris DeVold, I did morning radio for 2 years here. Morning radio for 2 years here in Fresno on a little station called 105.1 The Blaze. It was me and Jen Leb. Shout out to Northside Goon. Shout out to men. God bless you too. And then after the 2 years of doing that show, all right, peace out, Carriad. I'm sorry. But thanks for letting me know you're leaving. Hey, Mr. Magos. I'll recreate the Drake video here shortly. Hey, well, that was me. I used to be on there with Jen Lip, 105.1 The Blaze. I was on there specifically a little bit in 2009, and then my time of terror. Hello from Russia. Shout out to Russia. Hey, met Kira. I don't want to do a shitty Russian accent like all Americans do, so I'll spare you from that. So yeah, it was me and Jen Lip from 2010 to 2012, and then February 2013 until 2024, I had a show called Sex, Drugs, Kris DeVold. Think of it kind of like a Wayne's World, but only but airing on the internet. It wasn't like a closed circuit TV or anything. And I would have music, one live musical act every week, lewd and crude humor. And then, hey, you mom too, Vipul Mori. I think he meant your mom. Hey, modern handling kid. What from Romania? Shout out, shout out. So after 10 years of doing that show, I took a little break from Facebook. And when I got back on Facebook, it was totally different. Not that Facebook was amazing in the first place, but yeah, I was having some adjustment problems. If you're ever on Facebook and you take like a 2-year break and then you go back to Facebook, you almost wonder how you were ever on Facebook. I said, you know what? I got a YouTube page. My highest video for views is 75,000, which in the grand scheme of things isn't really listen to the song Miyagi Marlboro. Met Kira from Russia. I'll do that. With a name like Miyagi Marlboro, how could it be bad? Named after one of the baddest fictional senseis of all time. We also like to cover topical things. I used to be 400 pounds. I'm now 275 pounds. I've lost 125 pounds. And I used to be a hardcore partier. I still party. Don't get that wrong. But I also like to cover topical issues. We like to talk about music, but we also like to talk about health. And since I don't know much about health, maybe y'all can teach me. Trump or Biden, that's the funny part. On Sex, Drugs, and Kris DeVold, I have strict rules. We don't talk politics. We don't talk religion. We don't talk sports. Because those are the 3 things that people always argue over the most. So, yeah, you'll never get an answer out of me on that one, unfortunately. So, the Mike Tyson fight. You guys hear that thing got postponed because Mike Tyson's got an ulcer? He's on a plane. He's having stomach issues. You know if you're on a plane with Pebbles, you know if you're on a plane with Mike Tyson, you'd be looking. If I'm on a plane with Mike Tyson, I'm like, holy shit, that's Iron Mike over there. Why is he killed over? Isn't he fighting the Paul kid next month on Netflix? And he's healed over. He's having the problemas. Oh, things are going bad for him. My ulcer. I don't know why when I do my Tyson impression with an ulcer, I turn him into an old Jewish man. My ulcer. And I got a fight going next week. Pebbles, they're saying you're look at the towel. You get her going with Pebbles. Honey. She gets so shy. What a lovey-dovey. I call our dogs beef. What a beautiful beef you are. But yeah, so the Tyson's fight's postponed. For those of you outside of the United States, do you give 2 shits that the former heavyweight champ of the world, who's now an older man, is going to fight one of the Paul brothers? Is that resonating outside the country? Because it's between Sean Puff Daddy Combs, P. Diddy, and the Mike Tyson fight. These are, see? He says right now, outside of the U.S., it's not a big deal. It is not you hear that, Pebbles? They could give 2 shits. That's how that's going. And now she feels she's got to be on camera. So, for everybody who's joined the broadcast, this is kind of an update for everybody who's joining the show from Facebook. But I also got to realize there's an audience out here who has no clue who I am. So, we're going to build that audience. We're going to have some fun. I'm not about views. I'm about good times, people sharing life experiences, and just having a great time. And if that means a poop joke or a fart joke or, God, you got a booger in your eye. Trying to get this book. Now she's down here. I'm trying to get the booger out of your eye. Oh, yeah, but you know what? You whittled yourself down to the only one modern handling kid. So, again, I want to thank everybody. The show normally runs an hour. We'll get some musical... I don't think we're getting musical guests in the apartment, Pebbles. I don't think the apartment manager's going to allow that. I don't think the apartment manager's going to allow it, Beef. It's not going to happen, Beef. It's not happening. All right, so... Everybody, hey, thanks for subbing Modern Handling Kid. Like I said, don't forget to ring the bell. Don't forget, like I said, the YouTube page is actually full of old episodes of Sex, Drugs, Kris DeVold. I think the YouTube page picks up at episode 76. So I got 75 episodes hidden in a little computer in my room that I still need to upload. But we made it up to what was the last episode? 430 something? So the show... running for 10 years, and it used to be once every Tuesday night. Is this what you're doing? You know they can see you. Pebbles, you know they see what you're doing. They can hear you. Okay. She doesn't seem to care. So, yeah. So you can go to the page. You can see old episodes. You can check out a bunch of local artists. Like I said, mainly Fresno-based, but then it starts to go up and down the state. Then it starts to travel up and down the state. Then you'll start to see some artists as we get deeper into it. We even have some people. Nick Palma, who played Michelangelo, and he was the stunt actor for Michelangelo in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. Vernon Wells from Mad Max and Weird Science and Power Rangers Time Force was on the show. We had some cast members from The Walking Dead. They played Michonne's pet walkers. Moses J. Mosley, the Shea West. Rest in peace to the... yeah, okay. The butt. This what getting over the shoulder, the butt? All right, you guys. So, like, subscribe. If you bump into this after the fact... maybe even if you're on Facebook, you can check out the Sex, Drugs, Kris DeVold Facebook page. You can give it a like. I'm not active on Facebook right now. I also have an Instagram, but you can check it out. You can see content, kind of get a vibe for what I am, but also realize I'm turning a corner. Yes, it's piss, dick, and fart jokes, but also we got to grow a little, guys. Whoa, you're going to the airport to head to Birmingham, Alabama? That's a big trip, man. Furthest I've ever been is I went from Fresno to Amsterdam, and I had to go, I think I went Fresno, LAX, I'm trying to remember my stops, and then I ended up in Frankfurt, Germany, and then the homie picked me up, and we drove into the Netherlands from there. But yeah, that's one hell of a flight, man. Safe travels to Modern Handling Kid, and if you're ever on YouTube and you're seeing this after the fact, maybe we can get an update and be like, Modern Handling Kid, you made your ass to Birmingham, right? Holy shit, we got to make sure that follows through properly. How about this? We'll go in even 15 minutes. That way, if anybody stumbles upon this, we'll make it worth their while. So, again, people traveling out there, people living life out there, people doing things out there. I feel there's a lot of content. I feel there's a lot of content you can choose from these days, and that's an understatement. And I feel that my content has no ulterior motive. My content is exactly what you see. It's going to be some fun times. There's going to be some reality. I'm not supposed to be drinking right now, so I haven't had an alcoholic beverage since May 31st. Under doctor's orders. So we can go on that journey together. I've been drinking since I was fucking 15. If my mom is seeing this, I've been drinking since I've been 21. What's the drinking age where you're at, Modern Handling Kid? I always wonder. I think it's like 15 and shit overseas in some parts of the world. That always blows my mind. So, anyways, if you do find any other pages with Kris DeVold content, just go specifically for Christopher DeVold. Like I said, KRISTOPHER DEVOLD. And you can go ahead and like, subscribe, check out old content. I will be back Friday, June 14th. TBD, time to be determined. And we will do an episode of Sex, Drugs, Kris DeVold. We will check in with everything. I can't get on the... Oh, we start drinking at 3. Well, that's a good legal age. I like that. I like where you're from. We don't have time to get on the scale right now, so I believe I'm at 276. We'll do a weigh-in next week. Modern Handling Kid, shout out to everybody else that joined, dipped in. A lot of people I don't know on YouTube. Time to get to know the YouTube family. I think it's about that time. So from everybody here at Sex, Drugs, Kris DeVold, and from everybody, I mean me and Pebbles, say goodbye. All right. Well, you know how she feels about the situation. I will see you guys next time on another raring edition of Sex, Drugs, and Kris DeVold. And because I don't go live on YouTube, now this is the part of the show where we must figure out how to end the live post. Oh, ah, ha, 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 ha.